Hello and welcome to all my dear children. Today in this video, we are going to see Unit 3 poem. Already we saw that Unit 3 prose, right? So now in this video, we are going to see the poem. What's a poem name? On Killing a Tree. On Killing a Tree. See the topic itself. Killing a tree. On killing a tree. Okay children, I hope all are fine in your home and you are reading your lessons better. I hope that. So continue that. Though we are in a pandemic, not only you, even we are in a pandemic only, right? So because of you, we are trying a lot. We are doing a lot because of you only, you children's, right? So we don't know when the school will reopen. So up to that, you want to be better in your lessons. That's important. Okay. So then only after the reopen of the school, it's very easy for you. Otherwise, you want to push the lessons. Okay, you want to push to read yourself. So don't make that. Now you are very free. You are in a home. Whatever time you want to eat, you are just eating. You are sleeping, watching TV. Right. So now your mind is very relaxed. So at least spend some time for reading every subject, not only English, every subject. Right. So already you are doing the homeworks. We are giving the homework. You are doing that reading, writing test. Very good. So it won't be continue for the forthcoming months also. Okay. Okay children. So today in this video we are going to see the poem. The poem name is On Killing a Tree, which was written by Giv Patel. Okay, who is the author? Poet means Giv Patel. On Killing a Tree by Giv Patel. Okay, so let's see about the author first. Giv Patel was born on 18th August 1940 and he is an Indian poet and playwright. Okay, he is an Indian poet and playwright. His first play was called Princess. Okay, his first play, who is that? Giv Patel first play was called Princess, and it was performed in 1971. The play was performed in the year of 1971. He was born in Mumbai, okay, and he also educated at the Grand Medical School, okay, Grand Medical School, and his famous works include, okay, some works like Evening and Forensic, medicine, forensic, you may hear this word forensic, right, forensic medicine, and from Bombay Central. So like this, okay, some famous works of Giv Patel. These are Evening, then Forensic medicine, and from Bombay Central, like this, right. And this poem, okay, this poem that's On Killing a Tree is taken from his poetry called, it's a collection, okay, that collection is called as Poems. He written some collections. What's the name of that collection? Means Poems. So from that this poem was taken. What's the poem name? On Killing a Tree, and it was published in 1966. That that poems that was published in 1966. And this collection was launched by one of the famous poet, Nizam Ezekiel. Nizam Ezekiel. You may read some of the poems in your Oxford book in a previous years. Nizam Ezekiel. So this was collection was launched by the poet Nizam Ezekiel. Okay, and Giv Patel is also a painter. He is also a painter, and see, most of the poems, his poems, that is Giv Patel's poems, it is centered mainly on the human body. So even, okay, on Killing a Tree is also one of the poem, one such poem. See here the title of the poem, On Killing a Tree. The title of the poem is very simple and appropriate. That is, as it contains a major concern of the poet. That merciless. What's a merciless? Merciless. That is showing no mercy upon them. Merciless. No mercy. Showing no mercy. Merciless. And we can call callous. C-A-L-L-O-U-S. Callous. Learn a new words. What's the importance of reading English? That is, you want to learn the vocabulary. Whatever new words I'm saying, whatever new words, okay, if you're hearing some new words, listen to that word and listen to that meaning and just you note down that and have to the memory. Then you can use that, right? Usage of vocabulary is important. That's the main motto of reading English, right? So here now I told that his poems, okay, that is very simple. The topic itself very simple. And it contains a major concern of the poet, merciless, showing no mercy, the people showing no mercy, and callous, C-A-L-L-O-U-S, callous, which means unkind, no kind, that's unkind, and without sympathy, showing sympathy towards them, because without sympathy, or we can say feeling for other people, right? So without that, unkind, no feeling for other people, that is called callous. Felling of trees. Okay, what's the main thing? Merciless, without showing mercy on the trees, just felling. That's a destroying the trees. So his main thing was that the people, those who are destroying the trees, so his view was upon them. Okay. So the entire poem on killing a tree explains the view that killing tree is not easy. He explains the entire poem. What that means? The killing a tree is not easy. It's not a simple, short or a easy process. See, trees leave a tremendous strength and a great instinct of survival, right? The poem, okay, we can see the setting of the poem. The poem is set on a very visual plane, okay. The descriptions which the poet gave in this poem are vivid. So what's meant by vivid? Vivid, you can, V-I-V-I-D, vivid, you may read. Hear that word, vivid. That is producing powerful feelings or strong feelings. That is called a vivid. Okay, so here now that the descriptions which the poet Giv Patel was given the descriptions. So those who are vivid, very powerful. That is strong feelings. Vivid, and the mood is sad. Here the poem, the mood is sad. That is, there also hangs a sense of darkness upon the poem. Darkness. Because of felling of the destroying of trees, it was mentioned here. Okay. The poem felt by the trees as imagined by Patel. That's this poem, no? The pain which was felt. The trees were falling down. We are just destroying the trees. There was a pain felt by the trees. It was imagined, the poet imagined that pain of the trees, and he dominates the mood of the poem. It dominates the mood because the mood was sad, because in this poem that mention a main about the felling of trees, destroying the trees. So for that the trees are very sad, right? So it dominates the mood of the poem, that is very sad. Okay, see in this poem you can see here totally 4 stanzas are there. Okay, totally 4 stanzas are there in this poem. Let's start the poem. Okay, see the first stanza. See here, it takes much time to kill a tree. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly consuming the earth. It has grown slowly consuming the earth. Rising out of it, feeding upon its crest, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water. absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. Sprouting leaves. This is the first stanza. Alright. It tells us that, this first stanza, it tells us that killing a tree is not easy. Killing a tree is not easy. It takes much time to kill a tree. It takes much time to kill a tree. That's a killing a tree is not easy. It is very time consuming. Much time to kill a tree. It takes much time to kill a tree. That is, it is very time consuming. And not a simple jab of the knife will do it. What's meant by jab? Here you can see the word. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Jab means that's a poke, roughly, poke, kuttar, right, kuttar. Poke roughly, quickly, especially with something short or pointed, the sharp object, poking. That is called a jab. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. That is a jab, a sharp object of the knife, right, is not enough to cut a tree, to kill a tree. It is not enough to kill a tree. A tree grows strong, the earth, and nourishing itself on the nutrients found in the earth along with the years of sunlight, water and air. See, it has grown slowly consuming the earth. The earth, that is the tree, it has strawed the earth, it was nourishing itself the nutrients. It was nourishing itself the nutrients. Nutrients where it found means it's found on the earth. Consuming slowly consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust. See, absorbing years of air, water, sunlight. Absorbing years of sunlight, air, water. That is, which was found in the earth along with the years of sunlight, air, water. See, and even though the bark looks irregular and scaly, leaves and branches sprout of it. See, and out of its leprous eye, sprouting leaves. That is, even though that the bark of the tree, right? The bark looks irregular. It will not be regular, irregular and scaly. The leaves and branches of a tree, it sprout of it. The leaves and the branches of the tree, just see, sprouting leaves, sprout. What is meant by sprout? That's of a plant, right? That is put out shoots, we can say. That is a shoot of a plant. That is called sprout, shoot of a plant. See that branches or the leaves will just sprout of it. That was mentioned in the first stanza. That is, killing a tree is not an easy thing. It will take much time to kill a tree. It's a time consuming. And by using just a sharp object, jab, we cannot kill a tree, right? And the tree was just nourishing the earth. It was just sprout the earth, nourishing the nutrients which was found in the earth by observing the sunlight, air, water, right? So even though the bark looks irregular, it was very scaly also. The leaves and branches, no, it's just a sprout. The shoot of the plant, no, it will just grow. So that was mentioned in the first stanza. Okay, now see the second stanza. So hack and chop. So hack and chop. But this alone won't do it. But this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground, will rise curled green twigs. Miniature buffs, which if unshaked will expand again, to former size, which if unshaped will expand again to former size. This is the second stanza. That is the hack of a knife. The hack of a knife or an axe or a chopping of a buff. It's not easy. First, what's meant by hack of a knife? So hack and chop. So hack and chop. Hack means out with rough or heavy blouse. Rough. That's called a hack. That is a hacking. That's a hack of a knife. That's a rough. The rough part. By using a rough part. If you are just cutting. The hack of a knife or an axe or a chopping of a buff. Right. What's a buff? See here the spelling of a buff. B-O-U-G-H-S, buff. What's meant by buffs? Buff means a main branch of a tree. That is called a buffs. Okay, a main branch of a tree. So that axe, I told you that by using an axe, that's a knife or a chopping a buff. It's not enough to bring a tree down. It is not enough. These things are not enough to bring a tree down. Just you may think that by using the sharp objects like a knife, that's axe, you will just cut the tree and the tree may fall down. That is, the tree was dead. But it's not like that. By using only these objects, no, the tree will not die. Okay, so here he also says that. Okay, so it will not. It's not enough to bring a tree down. So these jabs. What's a jabs? I told that's a sharp object, right? These jabs may inflict a pain on the tree, but the pain is not enough to kill it. It may pain to the tree. If you are cutting the tree, and sure it was a very pain to the tree. But that pain is not enough to kill it. It will not die. It is no, that pain is not enough to kill it. You may just destroy, you just cut down the tree. But that pain of the tree is not enough to kill it. Okay, kill it. The bleeding bark, you can see here, the bleeding bark will heal. The bleeding bark will heal and from close to the ground. See here before two lines, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. Right. The bleeding bark will heal and from close to the ground. The bleeding bark, what is meant by bleeding bark? That is, it refers to the area on the tree trunk where it has been hit with the axe, where you are just hitting with the axe, no, that area, that part, that area of the tree trunk. That is called the bleeding. But that's a bleeding means what? What's meant by bleeding? The blood or something, okay, which will come out bleeding. If you get wound, you will get bleed there, right? You will just bandage there. That's a bleeding bark. Bark means, bark of a tree, right? So they bleeding bark. Why it was a bleeding? That's called a bleeding bark. That's a part, the area of the tree trunk, why it has been cutting out by using the axe. So that bleeding bark, the poet know why it has been wounded. That is, he was saying where the tree has been wounded or where a buff, I don't know the part of a tree, that's a branch of a tree that is called a buff, is chopped off, where a buff is chopped off or will heal with time. It will heal with the time because that's a new will sprout out. The shoot of the plant will come out. Right. So new green twigs will grow again. But I don't know. That's a new green twigs that has been healed. It will heal with the time, and new green twigs will grow again. That buffs chopped off will be replaced by the new buffs. That is which we are cutting out, that buffs. That will be replaced by a new buffs. That old will replace into the new. That is which will grow into their former size, to their old size. See that, which if unchecked will expand again. Miniature buffs, which if unchecked will expand again to former size. That is, that old will just sprout into the new buffs, and it may grow into their former size. It was given in the second stanza. Okay, so now we have seen the two stanzas. Okay, See, some of the important issues, that Patel, that's a Gift Patel, wants to draw our attention. Okay, he wants to draw our attention in this poem to the very real, predicament. A predicament, we can say that is the main thing, that is which has never done before, the main thing which you want to say. That predicament, that is global warming, the main thing which you want to say through this poem, that is a global warming, which is the result of the unhindered impact. That is, it will not be restrained or held back. That's called unhindered, right? So unhindered impact of the thoughtless felling of trees. So it has caused the change of climatic conditions, and of course increased flooding, unseasonal rain, and droughts. The droughts, rising temperatures worldwide, right? And melting of ice caps, like this. So through this poem, he want to say these things. So the impact of cutting the trees was this. So you want to keep in mind. You want to change this. So these things we are facing means that is only because of the human beings. So we are cutting down the trees. As a result of that, we are facing these problems. So here he just draw our attention, that's a human being, people's attention towards this in this poem. That is a real impact of destroying the nature. Okay, so that he wants to say in this poem. Okay, see the third stanza. See here. No, the root is to be pulled out. No, the root is to be pulled out. One of the anchoring earth, it is to be roped, tied. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out. Snapped out or pulled out entirely. Out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed. The source white and wet. The most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. See, in this stanza, the poet explains how a tree could be killed. See, the root is to be pulled. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. Right? How a tree could be killed. He says to kill a tree, its root has to be pulled out. The root is to be pulled out. That is, he was saying that to kill a tree, its root has to be pulled out. The root, which is the source of a tree's life. The root is it's the source of the tree's life. We know that, right? So the root, which is the source of the tree's life, must be pulled out of its cave in order to mortally harm the tree. If we pull out means it may harm the tree, right? So it is to be roped, tied. By just tying that, we have to be pulled out, snapped out or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed. Right. So it has to be pulled out. It has to be pulled out. The root, the source of the tree's life, it must be pulled out of its cave. That is in order that it may get harm. It harm the tree. It may harm the tree. So by earth cave, see here he was saying out from the earth cave. See, by earth cave, that's the poet means the point, deep inside the earth. The earth cave, that is, he was meaning that deep inside the earth, where the root is attached. Deep inside the earth. That is called the earth cave, which he mentions here. Okay. So here now, once the center, Okay, once the center, the life source is exposed. See, the source white and wet, and the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet. So once the center, the life, the source is exposed, the tree which becomes here, the source white and wet, white, the tree which becomes vulnerable. You may new word vulnerable, vulnerable, vulnerable. That is possibility of being attacked or harmed. That is called vulnerable. So once the center of the life or the source is exposed, no, the tree becomes vulnerable. It was harmed. The source is described. Here the source is described as white and wet. Here you may ask, what is white and wet? White, white color. Wet, white and wet. That is probably it was alluding the tree. Alluding means to mention without talking about him or talking about her or talking about it. You're talking about it. That is to mention something without talking about it directly. Without talking about it directly. Without talking directly about it. That is called alluding. So here probably alluding to tree sap, which is a white liquid. A tree sap. Sap. You may hear the sap, S-A-P. In science you may read the sap. Do you know what is meant by sap? Sap means nothing but the fluid. Okay, it's a fluid which circulates in a vascular system of plant. That is called a sap. It circulates a vascular system, you know that, right? Of a plant. That is called a sap. So here he mentions, no, that's the without saying directly, he was saying that a sap of a white liquid in the tree where it was circulating. Like us here in our body, the blood was circulating, right? Like that in a tree, the white liquid will circulate. If you cut that means what will happen? The white will come out and it become a wet. So that he mentions in the third stanza. Okay, children. So today in this video, we have seen these three stanzas. I hope you understood this very well. And in the next video, we will continue the last stanza. And also we will see the poetic devices of this poem. What are the poetic devices are there in this poem? We will discuss in the next video later. Okay, thank you children.